If you like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Today, we're talking about many things. This is the Sunday edition of the live feed. Uh, as you hear in the background, we got Domino on deck. The first one that we're going to be talking about is gold price. Somebody in my comment section had asked me about the gold price in the coming days. Let's do a dealing out the cards for that. So we got Domino right here. Hey. So settle down. So the first thing that I'm seeing is the gold price is going to be going up as we go forward with the old financial system collapsing in on itself in the next weeks, days, months, years. Uh, it's already collapsing right now. So if we were wondering when it was going to be starting to collapse, the time is now. Okay. And that's being reflected in the gold price and silver price. Okay. Going forward, we're going to be noticing the price go up by $1 per day in the next little while, especially for silver going. Then it's going to go up to $5 per day, and then go from there, up and up and up and up, as the powers that be stop suppressing the price of many assets that have value, as system the old system starts to collapse. And we've all known this was going to be happening for quite some time. Okay, so hello from Netherlands. We got our first person here on the chat. So the health of gold is going to be uh, within the next year. We're going to see large changes with the price of gold going forward. The people that are suppressing it will not be able to do that because of many of the countries that have been buying gold like crazy in the last couple of years are going to be reevaluating the price of gold um, coming very, especially China. Okay, anyone that's been paying attention to what China has been doing, and many of those BRIC countries have been buying gold like crazy. So they're going to be evaluating the price to 5 to 10 times the amount that it is now. Hello from Atlantic Canada. We're getting more and more people on the chat, which is awesome. It also the people that are involved with this suppression of the price of gold and silver. This is one of the first cards that came up for that. This is the death cards. Usually means it's going to be the death of the system of suppressing that price is going to become coming out, and the people that are in charge of suppressing gold are going to have bigger problems coming up for themselves, and will have to uh, change uh, their evaluation of the price of gold. Um, Many of the other psychics here on YouTube and other channels have been saying the same thing. It's very, very close. Okay, for the price of gold. Of course, we got the Judgment card along with that, and I froze again. Let's try this again as we pop up. There we go. The camera's back up. Somebody's asking about real estate. If you have the spare cash, yes, but wait for the prices of housing and buildings to come down, which they're going to be doing very, very soon. I know in 2008, when I was working out of financial house, when the housing market in the United States crashed, okay, a lot of the guys on the team bought properties for really, really cheap. The only thing with that is you're gonna have to sit on it until the market comes back. So if you have that money to swing that, okay, it took about 7 years for that market to come back up. If we all remember back in 2008, okay. So properties are great if you can, uh, if you have the capital of keeping it good, unless you have an idea of it making some type of finances for yourself until the market gets back up. That's perfectly good. So looking at gold, silver, cryptos, and housing is a good idea for the next little while if you have the finances of keeping that up. Okay. Um, yeah, he's saying that AM is saying that the prices for real estate is very, very high, and we're going to see that for the next little while. Okay, so not financial advice, of course. Wait for the market to drop and then buy in, because when it becomes part of the banks, uh, uh, cheats for the it becomes very, very expensive for them, and they'll be getting rid of properties for next to nothing because of the expense of keeping properties. Okay, you got the insurances and upkeep and all that, so banks are more than likely going to be getting rid of those properties as quick as they can. um Cash for the short term, sure, that would be a good idea, but I probably stored in, uh, maybe have a little cash on hand, but most of them, loose cash and stuff. Um, I call it the not fast cash. I put it into Bitcoin or other assets that usually take time to change back into uh, cash. Okay, just to keep them nice and safe. Um, oh, we got lots of people on the chat. Hello from Denmark. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be looking at that somebody had asked, uh, and Domino's in the background meowing away because he loves when Daddy's doing a live feed. Um, so that would be the BTCZ. Okay, so we got a short list of things that we're going to be looking into today, and then we're going to go through all the people asking questions for the tail end of the show, if Domino allows me to. So, BTCZ. Okay, let's have a look at that one. So, the first thing that pops up is BTCZ. This is a card representing secret society or shadow government that's involved with that. Show it for the camera. The High Priestess. Okay, so for some reason that there's secret organizations that are involved in this one, behind the scenes, and they're propping it up for whatever reason, but it's not going the way that they were expecting it to do. How to learn tarot reading? Well, that takes time and some classes, and I've been doing this for quite a few years. But if you guys are interested in a tarot card class or psychic classes, let me know in the comments, and we could do a special hour class, weekly or whatever, and we could get into that if you guys are thinking of doing that. Okay. So getting back to BTCZ, okay, the death card came up as well. Okay, the death. Ooh. So I think this one is not long for this world. um, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that may not be beneficial for the project and may see it collapse in on itself. Okay. Yeah, psychic classes would sound like a great idea. So if there's quite a few people that are wanting that, I can do that. Okay. Uh, I know where I'd start, but I could make up a set of classes for everybody. Okay. Uh, Now the next one we're going to be looking at is Meta Safe Moon. Okay. Somebody in my comments who was asking about that one as I was preparing for the show today. So just give the cards a quick shuffle. So Meta Safe Moon, which is a pretty popular one right now. Well, Safe Moon is. I'm not too sure about Meta Safe. Ooh. It seems that they have fairly good health with it, but there's going to be some heartbreak in the money making aspect of the coin. The money making may not be there for quite some time. Um, and a lot of things that were supposed to happen with the project will not happen for whatever reason. And it's going to be a very heartbreaking for many people that are involved with this one. Um, and it's also showing up with the money and the health and the people that are involved with this one. Uh, it's kind of lackluster for the next little while, and promises that were made are not being fulfilled with this one. So maybe not. Of course, can't tell you what to invest in, but this would be one part of that aspect of the coin to avoid probably for the foreseeable future. You didn't mention Linda in the other live. Okay, we can do that right now. Let's do Linda. Okay, Domino. He always loves it when I'm shuffling cards. Uh, so, getting to, is it Slinda or Linda? Is it the S? Okay, we'll go with this Linda. There was some confusion with the project itself. It's showing up in the cards. And a lot of people were walking away from it because they thought it wasn't going to be doing anything. It's more for the people that are involved in it. Their wait and see kind of thing. It's kind of not foremost on the minds of the people that are involved with it because they're confused of what will be happening with this one. Um, it's showing me that people are kind of more interested in other things. So a lot of the interest has gone to other things for the moment, especially for the people that are working on the project. Um, they did their work. The people that were supposed to be involved in it kind of fell through. So this one you might want to hold off on. Okay. So that was Linda or Linda, whatever way you want to call it. There's so many coins out there, it's hard to keep track of them all. Now we got Shinco coin. Yes, I'm having. Thank you, Ian. Having a great day today. Very busy day. Got some meetings after this. Uh, it's going to probably go right up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So busy, busy day. Awesome. So this is Shinco coin. So first thing that there's a grouping of people that are coming together to um, make a new start of this one. Okay. But it's all kind of again falling flat on its face. People not doing the things that they said they were going to do with the project, and it kind of falling flat on its face. um, let's see if it pops up. It will pop up in about 2 years time as they get their shit together. That's showing up right now. It's going to be lackluster for the next little while for this one. Um, what else we see? Yeah, there's a lot of confusion amongst the team of where to take the project next. So that really hampers a lot of the things um, for the foreseeable future for this one. Somebody's asking if Ethereum Classic hit $1,000 this year. Hmm. I don't think so. I think a lot of the finances are going to go into the top tier coins for the next little while. Ethereum Classic does have its place in the world under the sun, but its time it is just not yet. Okay, and what's the narrative as we're watching the news? Okay, about the narrative. Okay, as Domino's on deck, he's right here. Hold up his tail. Yay! So, um, as we're watching the UK, Japan, and many of the other countries from around the world are getting rid of the mandate, all that stuff is starting to fade away into the future or into the past. And we're going to be more focused on the things that are going to be very important for us, especially shortages. Thank you for the $5. Um, so we're going to be seeing a lot of countries back away from the scenario that had been playing out for the last 2 years. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, um, that's okay. We'll just keep going forward. Um, that is going to be crumbling away. Unfortunately, Canada, U.S. Well, U.S. is going to be very quick. It seems longer, but it's going to be fairly quick. Canada and Australia are going to be going with the scenario as long as they can. I don't think they got the memo from the UK. You can stop now with all the silliness going on. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot more of the scenario die away, especially in the news now. Ooh, CNN, Fox, CBC a little bit of the whole thing changing over to something else, and a lot of the truth is starting to come out on the regular news, which is actually really good. Except for here in Canada, for whatever reason. Even now, we have truckers doing their protests right now. That will be the linchpin that will finally collapse the narrative that our Canadian government has been doing. There is talk of soldiers going after Trudeau. Trudeau's on holidays right now. Okay, he he just picked up and went as soon as the truckers are coming to Ottawa. So that tells you a lot. And there's barriers being built around Parliament Hill, that's in our Ottawa, uh, to keep people out. Hmm. Interesting what things are going to be happening very, very soon. Okay. Somebody's asking if VET will hit $5 this year. That's a possibility. Let's just do some cards for that. Um, the feeling is not quite yet. Not this year. It might be the following years coming up. Okay. Everything else has to play out um, for everything to go that direction. Okay. The energies of the world are starting to shift quite a bit. So we're going from the old financial system into the new financial system as we speak. Maybe not so much in Canada, but the rest of the world. Man, it's terrible being Canadian right now. Uh, and we're going to see a lot of people putting their capital, okay, and finances into cryptocurrencies themselves. There's going to be a mad rush. Okay, a lot of the other psychics have been talking about this, and I was picking up it up as well, where there's going to be a mad rush to get into crypto. Okay, hasn't started quite yet because people are not quite understanding on what's going on. Okay, with the financial system, they do see the prices of things in the stores going up. Okay, when me and the wife go shopping, we do notice the prices of things going up, like eggs. Okay, are twice the price of what it used to be. It was two something for a carton of 12 eggs. Now it's $4 or $5. Okay, meat has gone up by $10. Um, Gasoline has gone up quite a bit here in Canada and around the world. That is a something that happens when your fiat money starts to collapse. Okay, the purchasing power of your money degrades the more you print. Okay, and the more governments print money, your money starts to degrade over time, and it doesn't take that long until it's Venezuela value. Okay, we're seeing this in the States right now, and plus with shortages happening, that's going to make things even worse. Okay, so um somebody's asking, they have a new job opportunity. uh for something like that, I would suggest we do a personal reading. The information for that is in the comment, or the doobly doo in the bottom of my video. We can book an appointment together and we can go through that. I know if I want to do that live for yourself, because there could be some things that you don't want everybody to know. Okay, so give me an email and we'll set up a time that we can uh, get together. Okay. And the last thing on the list is Star Atlas. Somebody was asking about. For those that don't know, Star Atlas is a video game based on blockchain technology and the meta thing and all that going on right now. And somebody was asking if it was going to be around for quite some time. It is one of the video games that is going to be fairly big for the next for the foreseeable future. And there's ways of making money with it. Okay? Not a lot of you're not going to be a millionaire from it, but there is money making potential from it. There was a time when they had programmers doing certain things with it, and it was about to collapse in on itself. I think this is what people are worried about with Star Atlas, if it was going to be surviving. And the answer to that question is yes. Okay. Um, there's somebody that came along and put the right information in to keep it going. Uh, because I think they were going down the wrong path, uh, direction wise, for the video game. Um, and it was going to lead into ruin. It was going the wrong direction, and they weren't at previously they weren't listening to the people that were playing the game. Okay, and when you start to do that, a lot of people will start to go away from it. Now they're listening to the customers, and they're going to do a very good job of it. Okay, so Star Atlas is going to be a very good game. There's a lot of games that are popping up, um, that are blockchain type games. Not all of them are going to survive. Okay, but there's quite a few that will. Okay, you'll see them when you'll know them when you do see them. The ones that will survive. Um, I can't remember the name of it. It's really big in the Philippines. We have a lot of Filipinos here in Winnipeg, and they love that game. So Blocktopia, yeah, that's going to be surviving pretty good. Um, we have a lot of. You have to remember these games are not really designed for you to become wealthy, but you can make a living wage if you do a lot of games out there. So let's get to some of the more comments and do some of the readings there. It's Axie Infinity. Thank you. Huge in the Philippines. Okay. I have a lot of Filipino coworkers that are just crazy about that game. And they talk to their friends and family back home in the Philippines, and they just love that game. Um, the Phoenix Fire Crypto Project. Okay. We'll do that one. At least it's warmed up a little bit here in Winnipeg. Yes, good morning, Patty. Doing Phoenix, or Fire, I guess is their moniker. Phoenix coin. Not too bad. It looks like they're going to be moving forward very well. A lot of the hurdles that they had in front of them are um, gotten rid of easily for them. Um, it seems that they pulled everything out of the fire and moving forward quite easily, and they're really primed to go forward very well for the next little while. So there's going to be a little bit of extra cash to be made with that one. Is Shiba going to moon again? Yes. Okay. We just have to wait for the whole crypto system to play out. Okay. It was dropping, or still dropping. This is the good. I'm having connection problems. So a little thing came up. That's okay. We'll keep going forward. Yes, it is going to moon again. Uh, is Gala or Game one of the games that will do well? Um, The thing I pick up from that is like, eh. It'll be okay. It won't be one of the bigger games. It'll be around for quite some time. You can still have fun with it. Again, I'm not saying that you're going to make a lot of money from these games, but you can make a little bit of money. If you're not depending on any of these games to make huge cash, you'll be fine. Okay. Linear finance. There's it's popped up quite a few times. Let's do that one. So linear finance. Hmm. It seems that they'll be fine. Okay. They will make a pretty good run of it, but people I think, are expecting too much from it. Okay. And they may be disappointed with the results. They will make money from it. Okay. But not the amount of money that they were expecting to make from it. Okay. Makes sense? Some people get all wound up from certain uh, cryptocurrency projects out there, thinking they're going to be all that, and they do make money, but not to the amounts as everybody was saying that it was going to make. So it's going to be, well, we only made 1 million instead of 5 million. Well, and they'll hum and haw about that. So overall, it's just fine. It just there's going to be some people a little sad that it didn't make the huge money. It's just the little huge money. Okay. Um, so be aware of that. This is because of people oversighting or overseeing the project itself that may bring bring everything down, saying you can't do that. You got to do it this way. And so they have to change their plans midway uh, for the direction of the project. Okay, that's going to be hampering the amount of money that's being made from the project itself. 37 here in Olympia, Washington. Is that minus? Ooh, that's pretty cool then, if it's minus. um, will BTT hit a penny this year? Well, haven't heard from that one for quite some time. Let's have a look. BTT. Oh, I better have a sip of coffee for this one. There's some nefarious things going on behind the scenes on this one. I don't think it's from design. It's just sometimes the wrong people come into the fray, and they're doing all kinds of nasty things because we got the devil card and we got the tower. Okay. That's the first couple cards that I brought up. The devil is being attached to ideas that don't complement the good of the whole project. Okay. In this context. And it's ruining the health of the system of BTT. And with that, the everything will be in ruin. The tower. Okay. So a lot of people are waiting, okay, to Pentacles. It's all about money, finances, physical wealth. but it's kind of at a standstill. Okay, as there's two camps in BTT. The ones that wanted to move forward in a good way, and then there's new ones that have come in wanting to stick with ways that don't work. Okay, so it's going to be a wait and see who wins. Yeah, the people that people looked up to within that team are going to be disappearing, and there's going to be a lot of turmoil behind the scenes. So I don't see amazing things with this one for the next little while until they straighten that out. Is it good to get into at this moment? I'm picking up no, at least for right now. Okay. Somebody's asking about AMP. That's been a while since I've talked about that one. And spell token. That's come up quite a few times. We'll do AMP first. That's been around for quite some time. Okay. The health of it is just fine. There's some legal things going on behind the scenes, as is normal these days for cryptocurrencies and the SEC and other government agencies, banking. Uh, there's some emotional things going on with the team, um, and they're getting over that and moving forward with their little hissy fit. I think that's what it's showing up as. So health wise, they're doing pretty good. Um, a lot of they have a clear objective now. Before they didn't. Okay, not that long ago. So now they have a clear objective. Now they can move forward after they get rid of some things uh, within the team. It's always the team that messes things up. Politics always messes things up. So overall, it's going to be just fine for AMP. Can you do Doge Mars? Doge, I can't even pronounce it, but sure, we'll do that one. Oh, thank you, Daniel. I love doing these lives as well. Dodge Mars. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah, they're the cards that have been brought up. The feeling is it'll be fine, but it's not going to go up to the amount that everybody was thinking that it was, because people are not giving it their full attention that it should be. Okay. So they're kind of sitting there going, I'm not going to do any more work. Blah, blah, blah. And that is going to be picked up by the people that are part of that platform. And it's going to hurt them for a short time. Okay. So throwing some more cards out. It's going to take them about a year or two to really start to take off into what they should be doing. Okay. Somebody's asking spell token. Let's come up quite a few times. Spell token. So looking for that. Heard Matic from different news sources. That is correct. Many of the different YouTubers and other like Cliff High and all that have been talking about Matic for quite some time. It is a going concern on that one particular coin, and it's going to do very, very well. Okay. Um, Oh, thank you for the, the big hug for all the crypto holders. Yeah, hold on, we'll be fine. So we're doing spell token. Overall looks good. There's a lot of hard work in front of them to make it what they need it to be to move forward. They got the platform, they got everything necessary now, okay, to move forward. And now it's just the hurdles of getting the word out for them. So it's going to take a little bit of time for everybody to get into that, okay? Um, and make some pretty good money with this one. Yeah, so spell token is good. Heard matacoin, good morning. Salt lending ever make comeback? No, they didn't. I remember our cryptocurrency meetup had an interview with a gentleman that was part of Salt, and we're starting to pick up that it wasn't the thing. Okay, there's going to be other things that come along after. Okay, the idea was okay for what they were doing, but I don't think it could hold water for much longer on the way they were doing it. And this is why this is pre DeFi stuff. Okay. When we had this interview, Veritasium at that time was already out and still going strong. And that was kind of the pre DeFi system. His idea is way ahead of its time, and Salt was kind of along that road as well. So they are well ahead of themselves on their thinking. It just couldn't implement it to the height that it could. Now we have DeFi, which can do many of the same things as Salt was trying to do. But DeFi, a lot of like PancakeSwap and SushiSwap and all those other ones now have systems in place that it can do a lot of the things that banking can do now. So, are stocks going to plummet soon? While cryptos rocket? It's already happening. Stock market crashed like 500 points or something the other day. It's on its way out. That whole old system is done. Okay. It just doesn't know that it's dead yet. They keep pumping money into it. Okay. And just to keep it alive. It's a walking zombie right now, unfortunately. The best thing that they could do is just let it die. Okay. It's going to hurt a lot of people, but in the long run, it's going to be helping the most amount of people. Plus, there's talk of another system coming in place to help out. This is the white hats uh, behind the scenes coming in with a new financial system just to tide us over until they fix everything that we don't go into. We're um, losing our shirts on everything. Will Cardano be big in the future? Yes. IRS, the coin or the organization? Um, but won't let it die right now. The crack up boom. Yes, you're correct. So this is why there's plans in place of another system coming in to replace the old system. Not enough people are into cryptocurrencies yet, okay, to make it really work. And it's going to be tough, okay? even if you have cryptocurrencies. Now we got to teach all these people that aren't into cryptocurrencies how to use cryptocurrencies. And this is when the mad rush is going to be coming into play for cryptocurrencies, because now people want to preserve what they have, okay, but they don't know how to make it from cash or other things into cryptocurrencies. And this is why I keep saying that Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum are going to go sky high in the next little while for this mad rush, because it's on most machines, crypto machines. You go to the 7-Eleven, they got a machine, and you put your money in, you get your crypto out. All those machines have those three coins, usually. So if Bitcoin is, you can't, because there's a short squeeze on Bitcoin right now. Litecoin is still there, and Ethereum. Okay. So now we're going to have this, and I'm seeing in about a year or so, within the year, people are going to be rushing to cryptocurrencies. And most people don't know how to use an exchange. Okay. Or know what an exchange is. They may have seen the machine and not put two and two together yet. But once they do, holy, it's we're gonna have Bitcoin going like sky high for that mad rush. It's just the easiest way of people getting into the system. Okay, so let's get back to the questions here. Bitcoin Cash will be just fine. Uh, CEOs. Didn't we do that a lot yesterday? We can do that in a minute. The RRA will take care of the IRS. Correct. When will SHIB decouple from BTC? That won't be for quite some time. Okay. There's a lot of things that are going to have to happen before that happens, especially with Ethereum, okay, being cheaper to use. I have a lot of friends that are into SHIB, and the biggest complaint is doing anything in it because it's just so darn expensive. Gas fees, right? When they do that, then to make it cheaper to do anything like bury your bones and all that other stuff, I'm not. I've heard them talk about all the things that you can do, um, but doing any of that is really really expensive right now. That's probably why it hasn't exploded in price yet, because the ease of use is not there. Ease of use, yes, it's the expensive use that's the hindrance. So when they make the gas prices lower, then you're going to see it really pop up. Okay. Um, Cardano stocks, yeah. EO. What about EO? I'm not quite sure what that is. So, um, should you take out RRSPs, 401s, investments? I can't say to do that, but it'd be something to really think about. Okay? I can't say to do that, okay? But it'd be something to look very, very hard into, okay? Uh, Me and the wife took our RRSPs and put them in the crypto long time ago. And we quadrupled the amount of money that we made from that. Wow, should we take our 401ks and run? I can't say to do or not to do, but mm, get some good running shoes. Uh, Lots of psychics are saying matic, matic, matic. That's correct, Daniel. It's a good one to get into. Can What can I do to time the market better and listen better? So to catch, it's like catching a falling blade. Okay, as soon as you get the idea of doing something in the market, it's already come and gone. Okay, so to and thank you for the $5 euro. Um, yeah, listen to your instincts, but try to plan it ahead of time. Do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Okay, the mass majority of people. This is how Warren Buffett and all that do this. Is they do the opposite. Okay, of what everybody else is doing. I think it's Warren Buffett that says, when people are greedy, okay, be afraid. And when people are afraid, be greedy. And write that on your wall or put it somewhere where you see it all the time, because it's the opposite of what people think to do. Okay. Um, so when everybody's like, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, this is when you sell or stock or whatever. Okay. When people are going, oh, the stock market, that's when you buy. You're doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing. And this is how Warren Buffett makes tons of cash. Okay. Tons and tons of money is by doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing. You have to change your thinking around and not go with the crowd. So to time things, froze again. Coming back, hopefully. Here we go. Uh, yeah, just instead of trying to time it just right, do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, and you be well ahead of the game. Okay. Uh, when you see the rich CEOs get divorced, what CEOs? A lot of people are having marital problems. Okay, and it's not just CEOs; it's politicians, and politicians are disappearing or quitting, or and you're going to be seeing a lot of that going on in the next little while. Okay. I think our politician here in Quebec, one of them, he just quit, the health minister. And that happened not that long ago here in Manitoba, where our premier uh, just left. Okay. So we're going to see a lot of this as things start to hit the fan on the lies that they've been doing for the last 2 years. Okay. Because they don't want to get hung. Okay. Because they're trying to stop uh, the Nuremberg Code. Okay. If anyone knows what the Nuremberg Code is. Oh, yes. I got it at one of my favorite stores, the BTC store here in Winnipeg. Uh, Great stuff there. And he teaches you how to set up your wallet and all that. So if you're in Winnipeg, look up the BTC Bank. We got our own bank here in Winnipeg. It's very, very awesome. Um, where were we? Oh, people quitting, people getting divorced. This is going to be happening more and more as the Nuremberg Code comes out. Okay. Because if you remember from World War II, this is after World War II. Um, all the politicians, all the doctors and scientists that were involved with doing experiments on certain part of the populace were hung. Okay, there was a big tribunal. Now we have the Nuremberg 2 coming out for all the politicians that were doing the lying for the last 2 years. Okay, and this is as CEOs as well. Plus, we got Justine Maxwell, I think her name is, saying, this is fun. I love sitting back and watching all this come out into the realities where she's going to be given the names in a big list, and a lot of things are going to be happening with the rich and famous very, very soon. So, going back to your SEOs and all that, getting divorces, that's why. Oh, the queen is not going to support, what's his face? One of her sons. Um, because his name kept coming up in the Jezine Maxwell list, and she she's not going to pay for the legal representation for him, so he's going to be screwed. Whole lot of fun there. Getting back here, Andre, we were already doing the opposite. Hmm, kind of. Uh, Hi, Andre. In Canada, we have crypto ETFs. Are they a safe way to exit? ETFs are more of paper. Um, I'd rather just own the actual Bitcoin itself. ETFs, though they're good for huge amounts of money to get some exposure to it, I'd rather just own the actual cryptocurrency. Um, Daniel's saying, yes, sounds like a lot of closure this year. That is correct. This is something that we've been having to deal with for the last 2 years. It's all starting to come out. Okay. If the queen doesn't want to support her son, mm, all kinds of wonderful things are going to be happening very, very soon. And I do see the good guys starting to take over many of the governments around the world. And a lot of the news things going on right now to shock and surprise you are there to wake everybody up. There was a notice from the group to all the main news media to stop lying, or there's going to be consequences. So, this is why we're seeing CNN, Fox, CBC a little bit changing their tone on the narrative. Okay. So, keep watching. Okay. Watch from afar and see the whole thing. Get your popcorn. Okay. Because a lot of shit's going to be going down. Okay. Uh, Big companies as Samsung, etc., enter NFTs. When will NFTs be more global as a finished product? It's gonna. I think it's gonna be an ongoing thing. It's already global, okay, especially North American stuff. Um, the Western countries, as they call them. It's going to be an ongoing thing. It's going to be huge. Okay. NFTs, there's just more than just art. You can do many other things with NFTs, and it's going to be a huge separate market to cryptocurrencies. Even now, they're kind of attached a little bit. They're going to take a life of their own. Okay. Same with the meta thing, is going to be its own separate thing. So getting into those things, dipping your toe in is probably one of the better things to do. Okay, for NFTs and to 2022, I that'll probably be the very beginning of everything of being global, and I don't think it'll ever really finish for many many years to come. So there's a lot of growth to happen within the NFT system. Okay. Because we're getting the old system and we're trying to plop it into the new system. It's just not plop. It's going to take a while for everything to happen. I know everybody wants everything quick these days, but it doesn't work that way. Um, let's do one more. The first one to pop up, we'll do that reading, and then we'll call it a day. Because I got some meetings to get to. Anyone? COC. You're really adamant. Okay. COC. Oh, too late. EOS. Ugh. Anyways. COC is okay. I think we did a reading on this the other day. They're their own thing. Uh, I would be really weary of getting into that one. I think I said that last time. There's going to be a lot of things that are happening that won't benefit the platform for the next little while. Okay, so COC, I would hold off on that. Okay, well, that's our hour. Always grateful for everybody coming out. Always grateful for everybody that's been donating and all that. It's awesome. Thank you. Uh, Always grateful for the people donating. And if you want a reading with me, the information's in the description below. And make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you on Tuesday.